everybody! How we doing? Happy MARCHintosh! Woo! Yes, it
I
is.
expected an intro. I'm eating a cookie.
Oh,
Do you have enough for the whole MARCHintosh community?
See, that was the technical difficulty I reported, but apparently we didn't tell the guy eating the cookie that was the reason. Anyway, it's fine. Hi, everybody. It's MARCHintosh 2026. It is time to boot up your old Macs or your emulators or whatever you want and have some fun.
Yes.
So,
warm up the CRT. It's time.
yes, that's what
That's
I
a thing
say.
Joe says.
Those are words I say. Yes. So let's go around real quick and introduce everybody. You know a lot of us already, but I am Joe of Joe's Computer Museum, the weird, wacky guy who makes old stuff to make even older stuff work. And Ron, who are you?
I am Ron, as Joe just said. I'm like a couple of other folks here. I'm one of the founding members of the MARCHintosh as an event. And I'm just really glad that we're still doing this years later.
Woo!
Javier from Javier's channel. Just have master 8-bit stuff, and I'm crazy, I know. I'm just crazy guy over here.
Excellent. Well, you'll fit in. I am Steve from Mac84. You can just Google it, and hopefully I'll come up. Go.
Hi, I'm Gut Bomb, and I don't know what MARCHintosh is. I'm just here to learn.
You're here to eat cookies.
And eat cookies in front of everybody and not share.
I like how this is now going to be take the form of like one of those 1950s like educational shorts. Well, Gut Bomb, let me tell you all about MARCHintosh.
The title is MARCHintosh and You.
Oh yeah, I'm Ian Scott. I also go by the name Pulpo, depending on how you know me. And I like to also make new things for old things. And I like all old computers, especially Macintoshes.
Yay.
Yay. Take a minute to thank everybody who stopped by across all of our different channels tonight. We are simul streaming on Ron's channel and Javier's channel and my channel. And Steve was invited to simulcast on his channel, but apparently his browser on that computer is being dumb and doesn't want to let him do it. So
I don't know how buttons work.
Yeah, it's fine. We have a whole bunch of people on my end. The folks I got in chat on my end, we have Thomas Armstrong, Steve. Steve, you're here. What are you doing?
I have two things.
Rudy's Retro Intel, Jack68K, who just posted a really cool piece of software stuff, which I heard about. We've got Francois, Retrotech or Die. We've got Squirrel, 1-Bit Fever, Dream, CSU, DSU, CMD, Big Mike, Big Bag Bench. Hey, Big Bench Dude. And Pulu Sound, and I'm sure other people will stop by throughout the stream. Thank you all for stopping by to hear us talk about the cool thing that MARCHintosh is. And with that, what the heck is MARCHintosh?
Well, when an Apple computer loves a network very, very much.
I think
that's global talk.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me. So sorry.
So, actually, the whole genesis for this started a couple of years ago, where there were other community events that popped up. There was like Septandy and December and Amigogist. And a couple of those other things. And so the idea was we need something for the Macintosh community to kind of celebrate vintage software, vintage machines, and give everybody an excuse to, that people that may not necessarily do that content year round could pull those machines out of the closet and set them up and do some fun things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I can't believe it's the 5th year already. That's nuts.
Right. I know. It's crazy. Like I just thought we just started this and I'm like, oh, I'm old now. But it's super awesome. It has been really fun these past 5 years. Promoting not just MARCHintosh in general, but using MARCHintosh as that vehicle to promote people to get out there and play with these old computers and remember what it was like when dial-up was 14.4. It's great. It's fun stuff. but yeah. So I guess the next thing is, how do you participate in MARCHintosh? And I think that's actually pretty easy. It's not too complex. If you want all of the really super fine detail, you can just go to marchintosh.com and read about it. We have details about the entire process there, how you can create content, the logo that you see in the background on the shirt here that our friend Javier here made. You can places to get that, style guides, the fonts that you can use and stuff to make it kind of a cohesive event, but also ways that you can participate in the process. It doesn't necessarily just need to be like YouTube videos or anything like that. Do you have a blog post? You have a piece of software you post it on GitHub and just want to tell people about? All of those different ways. There's 100,000 different ways that you can participate. The whole idea is get out there and make cool stuff with your Macs, play with your Macs, connect your Macs to Global Talk if you can. That would be really cool. Share stuff with everybody and just have some fun.
Joe, can I take off my shirt and carry around a compact Mac on the subway and yell about how cool it is to celebrate MARCHintosh?
I can't stop you. I'm just a face on a TV screen. However, what I will say is that we frown upon certain kinds of content only because we want to be as inclusive as we possibly can across the board. This includes people of all ages as well, and so we would prefer if folks keep their content, let's say, age appropriate.
I'll leave the pants on then.
Now, if you would like to dress up like John Cusack and hold a Mac up in front of a girl's house
yes,
that you've been trying to seal the deal with to go to prom, I mean, as long
Perfect
as
use of a molar Mac, by the way.
yes, you're really showing the upper body strength on that.
And then it does the death chime. You fall over and then you die. So,
But Joe's right. To summarize, it's basically have fun, build friendships, promote Macintosh retro computing and vintage computing, and just follow Bill and Ted's advice. Just be excellent to one another.
Be excellent to one another. Absolutely, absolutely. I would like to take a moment now to ask our wonderful list of panelists here some stuff about how they've participated in MARCHintosh in the past, and also some of the stuff that they've seen in the past year or maybe the past couple years that they would really really like. Let's start with like last year. I mean, last year was pretty cool. It was a big year for Global Talk and a lot of other cool things. What I want to ask what everybody enjoyed about last year's event specifically. I'm going to go in reverse order. I'm going to start with Ian this time and just ask you, what was your favorite thing? And did you have any funny stories, anything you'd like to share?
Yeah. Last year was all about the image writer for me because I came out with this thing here, the Image Scribbler. And if it looks familiar, it's because it's a one-to-one clone of Apple's Local Talk option card for Image Writer 2s and Image Writer LQs as well. And this consumed my whole entire March and February and part of January last year. And it was very, very satisfying. And since it's a clone of Apple's device, it is available on my GitHub. They're also available for purchase on Joe's site, jcm-1.com. Little plug there. But if anyone wants to make it, all the source is available, and you can make your own. And the reason for this is there are all these poor, lonely image writers out there, and they wish to be put on networks, and they don't all have these in them. And this is a big thing that enables that and lets more and more people have nice, noisy printers going on in their house in the middle of the night or day, especially once you get them on Global Talk. So, yeah.
Because it's global. There are people awake when you're asleep on the other side of the bed. And they will print to your printer.
Yeah.
Sometimes multiple pages.
Yes. Or one page from simple text, and it'll screw up the printer and print over and over again.
Yep.
Yes. Cool. Mr. Gutbaum, tell us about some of the fun stuff that you ran into.
So last year for MARCHintosh, I set up an LC 475 as a Global Talk router so I could get on Global Talk. And I got an image scribbler from Ian and stuck it in my image writer, and also hooked up a Netatalk instance, which is something that's it's a Linux Apple Talk networking stack that you can use for file shares and stuff, and got all of that hooked up to Global Talk and had a lot of fun sharing stuff out, getting stuff sent to me. And I know I did something else for Global Talk or for MARCHintosh, but I just don't remember.
I believe you may have designed this little case during.
I designed that little case for the Pico Micro Mac to mimic a Quadra 650.
Yes.
And that's the answer to the question. If you don't own a Macintosh, you just get a Pico Micro Mac.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
and
an
that
important point. Yeah.
The LC 475 was a test bed for a project that Ron and I worked on that I really hope is available soon. It's a replacement power supply for the LC, and it ran on that for the whole month, rock solid, no problems. That guy right there.
Yep, a doodle. Fun stuff.
Yeah, but that is a very important point. Is you don't have to have a real, like, if you want to do some of the like software side of this, you don't have to have a real Mac. There's tons of ways. There's emulators, there are entire websites. You can go to archive.org and play with virtual machines. You can use Snow, the new Mac emulator, which is pretty great.
Infinite Mac.
Yeah, infinitemac.org.
That's fun. Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Or you could go to eBay and spend your life savings on many painted Macs.
Yeah. Poor Dave's retirement fund.
That's the best part about owning a real vintage Mac, because not only do you have to pay to buy the darn thing, you have to pay to fix it up and all that stuff, and then it just consumes your life. You don't have any friends left, and you make new friends and spend all your money and
electricity to run it.
Yeah, if one thing works, the other thing breaks. But yeah, last year was all about Global Talk for me. I archived a ton of floppy disks and put a lot of software out there that some of it was previously unarchived, so that was cool. So I always push around this time, like if you find a piece of software, you're playing around with it, or you find a disk or a CD, make sure it's archived somewhere like on archive.org or Macintosh Garden, because a lot of this stuff, ain't gonna be around forever, or people assume something is uploaded somewhere, or maybe the version that's uploaded there is not accessible, or it's corrupt or something. Weird things happen. But last year I spent a lot of time getting my laser printer up and running, and just at the end of MARCHintosh, like, it finally kicked over and was not happy. So hopefully I could get one of the many image writers in my strategic reserve up and running.
I was gonna say, it's not like short on image writer.
I just gave you another one about a month ago. So
yeah, it's just like, do I want to lift it up, and is it one of the ones currently supporting the south wall of the basement? But
yeah.
But looking forward to all the cool stuff. We already saw a bunch of neat things people are teasing, and I have something really neat I'll tease toward the end of the program.
Cool. Javier.
Well, last year I think I participated in the local talk, or what's the name of it?
Global Talk.
Global Talk. Sorry, I get always crazy about it. But yeah, I was chatting. I don't have a printer, thankfully.
Oh, we could fix that really easily.
No.
I have another image writer.
Yeah.
I have another image writer, Javier, and it looks like it wants to go to Florida. It's got quite a
What
tan.
about no? So anyway, I had a lot of fun with local talk, and I'm just playing around and planning to show up a little bit more of my little devices this year for Macintosh. So that's what I plan to do.
Cool.
Yes, he's so Javier is like he's like Lester Freeman from The Wire. He's the guy in the corner who's like real good natural police, but makes all of those tiny little miniatures all the time in between solving murders. That's Javier.
Without solving murders. Run.
Hey, I think my favorite thing last year was all of the fun stuff that kind of sprung up around Global Talk. I liked. I had a image writer option card, but it was very, very nice that Ian invested several months of his life in putting together that project, because it exploded and tons of people were then able to get theirs on, which made the global talk stuff even more fun. So I think the thing, maybe more than anything else, that I really like is that people have set up drop boxes on their their little file share stuff. So that way that you can go out there and drop just like a greetings file. Like you can just, be like, hey, like, oh, it's Joe 2026. And, sometimes it's just a text file. Sometimes it's a picture, or it's, somebody has, they've made like a funny little program, like Garth made a Squawkers program a couple of years ago and copied it out to people's shares. And just the creativity, and just that people think enough of one another in the community to like suffer through slow upload speeds to copy that out to people's share. I think that's really fun. I think that's really cool.
That time I convinced 1-bit to download 800 megs of MIDI files off of my Apple share was pretty fun.
Rumor has it, it's still downloading from last year.
It's still copying.
Rumor has it.
That's funny.
MARCHintosh last year was super fun for me, mostly because I got to sit back, relax, make a lot of cool stuff for other people to keep their Macs running, which is always kind of, I like to kind of be in the background and watch. But also the social media aspect of it, watching all my feeds and watching the MARCHintosh hashtag, and just random people I've never seen in our community before pop up. I'm like, hey, I'm going to participate this year. And they would post a thing here or a thing there. It's like, hey, I got my old Mac running, or hey, I found this weird bug in this old program, or all these different things. And seeing the community grow, and everybody kind of like jumping out and be like, I remember these old computers. I want to play with one too. So that was super fun. I like that. Yeah. Absolutely.
No problem, 1-bit.
And that kind of brings me to, asking, what are we all looking forward to seeing in this year's event? And I would say it's the same thing that was my favorite of last year's. I want to see everyone in the world, possibly ever, always, to participate. I want there to be 500 million people on planet Earth participating in MARCHintosh.
Yeah.
So
that is a very noisy local talk zone.
Yeah, hey, whatever.
Joe.
I already saw that. It was called the 2022 MARCHintosh kickoff stream. That was impossible to watch because everyone was talking and there was like 30 people in here. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
We could emulate the experience. Dial up modems.
But yeah, I want to see more people's posts. I want to see folks who've never participated before. If you have friends out there who you think would have fun participating in MARCHintosh, invite them. Tell them to get out their old Mac. Give them an old Mac. Point them to the emulators. All of that stuff, and say, "Hey, let's have some fun this month." That's what I want to see. Ron.
I would say that probably the thing I'm looking forward to most is to really lock people down to doing some gaming. We talk about that a lot, and I think that does happen in some little pockets, but we've had some like false starts in previous years, so it'd be really, really great to be able to play a round or two of Wagon Train 1848 or whatever it is, or somebody teach me how to play Bolo. Something like that. I think that would be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to seeing all the new projects that people launch around this time that are either hardware or software things. I won't go into it because I've not read everything about it, but like Jack 68K and other folks are already, there's things that are coming out like here in the day before to get people excited. So I'm looking forward to seeing people's videos. I'm looking forward to seeing everything that people have planned.
Yeah, I agree.
It's your turn to say what you're looking forward to
Oh.
in the event this year, Javier.
Sorry.
You have a
I'm,
script, sir.
I'm trying to process, but
You
all
hit the
fall-
tequila a little early tonight.
yeah, a little too much. Yeah, I'm also looking forward. I think I'm gonna do some conversions, by the way, but I'm looking forward to see what people can do. I like to, as you know, I like to fiddle with these old computers and make new things around them. So yeah, I have some ideas of converting new things and getting into old things. So yeah, looking forward to see what we can do about it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Steve?
I am looking forward to all the cool projects that people sort of tend to hold on to at the beginning of the year. Like we've already been mentioning some that are just being announced a little bit early. So I always just keep my eyes on the social media feeds because there's just a lot of cool stuff going on. So if you have the ability to bookmark a tag for MARCHintosh on the social media platform, or just take a look around on places like tinkerdifferent.com where there'll just be tons of posts. That's what I'm looking forward to because there's always fun stuff going on. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled. And what I always find exhilarating is somebody will share something that I'm excited about. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know you could do that, or I didn't think that would be a thing that would be fun to do, and now I want to do it. So.
There was some talk last year about possibly somebody that is not me setting up a hotline server for MARCHintosh this year, and I think that would be really fun. And I hope someone that is not me goes through with that and sets it up. That's what I'm looking forward to, other than getting the fun icons and greets and fonts and just fun stuff dropped off or downloaded from other people's Global Talk shares.
Yes.
Yeah, like Ron, I'm actually looking forward to maybe trying some gaming out. 2 MARCHintoshes ago on Global Talk, I randomly joined a stream by Cloaked Alien streaming on Twitch. And he's like, hey, is anyone else on Global Talk? I'll play Bolo with you. And I had like an hour-long Bolo game with him. It was so fun. It was the first time I ever played it. And like, that is a game with some depth, let me tell you.
I'm really bad at it.
Yeah. Yeah, and also all the projects people come out with. I just saw that Ken McLeod has a thing that will actually possibly make the local Squawk image scribbler card somewhat obsolete because it's like a software thing. He's calling it Simple Spooler, and also Paul Rickards also has another Python-based image writer like emulator that can run on a Raspberry Pi. So like that's awesome. I can't wait to try those out and whatever else anyone else comes out with.
You're saying that I've been collecting these image writers for years. Now I'm going to have trouble getting rid of them.
They have no value now. Oh no.
I mean, the market might still be there, but strike while the iron's still
It was
hot.
such a small window.
Thank God my my image scribbler stock is relatively low right now. That's yeah.
Relatively.
Yeah. So what do you have planned for this year, Ian? Anything super big you want to get into this year?
I don't have much super duper plan for myself, specifically MARCHintosh related. My life is taken over by developing Pico IDE, which, if you don't know, is a little thing I like to call it. It's like the Go Tech, but for IDE devices, and it also comes in black. And it does work on Macintoshes, and big thanks to Steve here on the stream, who has put it in many of his Macintoshes with varying results. But I think it's working on most of them. And also thanks to Gutbomb, who has sent me a Performa 630 CD, which with its notoriously bad IDE interface.
That would be the only time anybody thanks anybody for sending them a Performa 630.
Yes, thank you for the torture. So yeah, it right now is in crowdfunding at Crowd Supply. There's 5 days left in the campaign, and yeah, it is huge. It is taken over my life, and
that's
so
awesome.
603%.
Yeah,
funded right now.
So yeah, it's going to be all about making sure it's working best as well on as many systems as possible and getting everything rolling to get it actually made. And we're going to make thousands of these guys. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty cool.
Well worth it.
Thanks.
Mr. Orange Bomb.
My main MARCHintosh project is restoring that Quadra 700 and setting that up as my Global Talk router. And I better get cracking because I want to have it online tomorrow. I've been working on a little bit over here on my workbench. I have been making VRAM sims because like part of restoring it is maxing it out and overclocking it. So
Nice. Yeah, so I'm planning to release some cool things that I've archived over the years or recently. And so I am fiddling with the new screen sharing selection button on the Mac OS to hopefully share my screen in a moment. And anybody notice anything a bit weird about this screen? That's because this is a unreleased beta of System 7, release A12, from what I understand.
Sports cars?
Sports cars. So one of the tricks that they used on the old Mac OS to easily identify the version was to put a different name under the special menu. So we got sports cars here. And so I will be sharing this and uploading it to the usual places. So anybody can find that, but we have it running in our little snow emulator here. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I just want to show you that all the different icons in the control panels are completely different, and I love it.
Oh, man.
I like how Johnny Bravo is in charge of the file sharing monitor.
Yeah, there's a rabbit Johnny Bravo. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, there's some weird little things here, and then you have the labels that are just named.
God,
Yeah, so
that is, I love it already.
yeah, some really cool stuff. So happy to share this, and maybe people could poke around with it. And there's a set of release notes that came with this, so some really cool stuff to dive into.
Cool.
Neat.
For me, like I say, I'm going to be working with these little babies. Already have them working nice with a USB. It has a USB connection, so you can connect a keyboard and really work and play with it. And it has the small keyboard, Mach keyboard, and even mouse. So you can have it as a nice little gadget, or you can play with it actually. So I just want to make it nicer. It's all 3D printed, so that's a problem that is not. It's very difficult to put it together because it's hard to print. So for the curves, I'm gonna try to release it maybe, so people can make their own.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Javier, I am going to say though, I am going to need a dialing wand to be able to use that keyboard.
and my question, Javier, is: are you ready to handle all of the lawsuits about carpal tunnel for finally effectively making the puck mouse even worse to use?
Yes, I'll take it. That's where I am right now.
As long as you're releasing it in lime green, I will withhold my boos and hisses.
It is part of the plan. Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
And that's where I'm going.
Cool.
Well,
I actually, the big things that I'm working on this month is I have a couple of how-to videos that will go out. One that sort of updates an older video of mine that I think I did 3 MARCHintoshes ago that is just sort of about bootstrapping your machine. And because there's been some new things that have happened that have made things easier. So I'll have a video that's going to go out for that. I've also got some videos that are some interviews with former Apple employees. I've got some things that kind of focus on game demos that were exclusively, they're games you're familiar with, but these are the demo versions for Macintosh. And then I also have some VHS tapes that I've encoded and other things like that. So basically, I have something that should go out at least every Tuesday and Friday all month long. Something new to ignore or enjoy.
yes. Ron has been busy, very, very busy this year, and I look forward to my Tuesdays and Thursday evenings of just hanging out and watching.
Shame on you for being prepared.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
Shame on you for being prepared.
It's been a lot of work.
I will be participating by, as stated before, being the wonderful silent partner in the background that just tries to help everybody else. That's kind of my thing. I'm very busy otherwise, just doing the Joe thing that I do, so I don't have a lot of free time for fun stuff, unfortunately. However, I will say that before MARCHintosh even started, I did get 2 really important things done for MARCHintosh, and one is I'm on Global Talk again, so look for me. I got my Quadra 630, or not 630, my Centra 650 rehacked a better way based on a process somebody last year figured out. So now it's like super overclocked and super stable, and it is now a Quadra 650 with all the RAM and the blue SCSI and all of that fun stuff, and it is on Global Talk if you want to connect to that and send me printed doodles. I've got, for example, hi Steve, thank you. I've got my printer up and running, so you can send me prints. I'll also have my inbox or Dropbox there, so you can drop me greets and stuff like that.
Joe will actually, he's underselling it. Joe will actually be probably a guest on a lot of other people's streams and things like that during the event, even if he doesn't necessarily have time to do things. But as one of the founding members of this MARCHintosh team of people that have kind of kept this going for 5 years, I have to say Joe is one of the hardest working people that I know. And unfortunately, that means that he's often hard at work and isn't able to do things that are more visible. But Joe is one of the people that absolutely keeps this going. Javier absolutely keeps this going. So I want to thank everybody for all their hard work and often uncelebrated, sweat that they put into this.
I pay the $10 a year for the domain name, and that's all I do's.
I don't know. It's all that hosting. I mean, that's what, like 20, 30 kilobytes a year, Steve?
I'm burning through floppies like crazy. I just can't.
I do want to note a couple different things. As Francois mentioned, I broke hititwithahammer.net. If you go there right now, it doesn't go to that wonderful little song that I made years ago. It goes to the Quadra 650. It's running a web server. And if you go there right now, you will get served a web page from that box.
Let's crash it.
All right, let's crash it right now. Here we go.
That's
you
fine.
need to put a link to your video in that page, though.
Yes. The you can go ahead and crash it all you want. The reset button is right in a very easy place where I can get to it, and it auto boots right back up, so it's perfectly good. And it only takes like 10 seconds because it's a Quadra with a blue SCSI in it, so it's all
Nice.
And then the final thing I did want to say is that the MARCHintosh lives. So last year I hosted everything through the MARCHintosh. It's just kind of slow, so I didn't want to do it this year. But I want to give special thanks to Zigzag Joe, the gentleman who made the Booster 2 accelerator for the SE30. He helped me fix a glitch between the Booster 2, the socket-based Booster 2, and the Synchro 30 card that goes in the PDS slot that basically double data rates the RAM on the SE30 to make it super fast. He helped me hack those together in a way, so this thing is now stable. It's been running for 2 days straight without a crash. So those are my MARCHintosh projects. That's done.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm done for the month.
Yay.
You got all your homework done before the exam.
Yeah. What's the URL for the hammer hitting? Go to my YouTube page, Jeff, and just look for "Hit It with a Hammer," and you might find it. It might be unlisted. I don't know.
I'll hook them up.
But yeah. Yes.
Go to archive.org, hit it with a hammer.
There you go. Vintage
Yes,
hit it with
that's
a
fun
hammer.
stuff.
Yeah,
So, again, let's remind everybody how they can participate in MARCHintosh. MARCHintosh is a worldwide, month-long celebration of the classic Macintosh. What do you need to do to celebrate? You've got to love Macintoshes. It has to be in March, and use something of what we call a vintage type Macintosh. That is Intel Macs and earlier. So anything that's not an M series Mac and earlier is fair game. Probably not Apple II stuff, although we're, because it's not really Macintosh stuff. None of the newer M series Macs, please, because that's not really the vintage vibe.
Nope.
Now, if you have a cool project where you have taken
That's true.
a G3 iMac motherboard and retrofitted it into a Apple II case, and you're
Right.
using the keyboard or something, or you've got an art installation where you've done something like that integrates Apple II and Macintosh stuff, I mean, absolutely, it's germane to the thing. It's like art. You know art when you see it. So if somebody was to make something that's kind of like that, I know in the past that we've also kind of said, hey, OS 9 and kind of that older stuff, but there's a lot of Intel machines that won't run that we have now in recent years kind of brought into the event as Apple has kind of like degraded like those machines out of their ecosystem. So I'd say if it's like, oh my gosh, I've got this amazing thing where I'm doing this thing with OS 10 Tiger on a G4 or something like that, I mean, post it. We want to see it.
Yeah, and you could get so many emulators now running on an M machine, M series machine, or an Intel machine that could join Global Talk or whatever. So you're not prohibited from joining anything like that. But there's so many things that the focus on should be the vintage systems and playing around with that stuff. But no one's stopping you from participating from a terrible coded version of a local talk client for Windows 3.1, so you really want to.
We have some friends in the community who love to do that. Hey, if you want to do it, if you want to cause yourself pain in order to get on Global Talk, you go right ahead and do that. But
the pain threshold is just higher.
We don't want to yuck your yum.
I do have a goal of getting a DOS machine on Global Talk this year.
Yes.
If I have time, and I can find my card.
Yes. And as you participate, the big thing is share. If you have the capacity to share what you're doing, we as a community want to hear about it. We want to see what you're doing. We want to see your old computers or your funky emulator thing you did, or you hacked a Raspberry Pi to be a Netatalk server. Somebody is doing that this year. Lots of cool stuff like that. I would absolutely love for you to post that on your blogs, on your social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitch, stream it, TikTok, Instagram. I don't care. Put it out there and use the hashtag MARCHintosh and let everybody know so that everybody can everybody can share in that cool stuff that you've made. If you want to use logos for MARCHintosh, like the one you kind of see hiding behind us in the background here, you can get that at marchintosh.com along with a style guide to tell you kind of how to format things and the names of different fonts that you can use to make it kind of feel
keep it on brand.
On brand. Thank you. The Chicago font and the Garamond font and all that stuff. So
Yep. But it's there's logos out there. There's Javier was very nice. He designed our logo many years ago and has it out there in multiple different formats. So regardless of what you're doing, it's really easy to throw a thing on it, make a sticker, do whatever, and kind of get other people excited about it too.
Yeah, we want to see what people are doing. We want to see. I remember I saw last year somebody did a replacement, also hardware, the replacement for a mouse, wireless mice for the Apple II. I'm sorry, for the Macintosh Classic, and all the 64K Mac. So those things are also very cool. So if somebody's doing something like that, we would love to see that.
Art projects. I'd love to see more art projects this year too. That would be great, folks. Not just like messing with the hardware or the software, actually using thing, but using the thing to make something would be really cool.
Collaboration stuff is super important too. Javier designed a 3D printable optical mouse case for the original Macintoshes, and I took a little inspiration from Star Trek 4 and made a microphone mouse. So you can plug this into your classic Mac, and it has a plain talk mic built inside, and you can sit here and record and do whatever you want to do. Look as weird as you want inside Starbucks with your classic Mac this year. And that's the other thing. Action Retro, and I think Steve went to a coffee shop a couple of years ago and took their portable Macs and stuff and sat there and drank a coffee and typed on worked on their screenplay finally. You know?
Oh yeah, that screenplay's going to come out next year, I promise.
Sweet.
But I did link in the MARCHintosh website. I did link at the bottom. There's a Tinker Different thread where people are posting some of their projects there, and so even if you don't have a website or you don't have a YouTube channel, don't let that stop you from sharing something. I had somebody message me a while back, and they had this really cool thing, and I said, just put it up on Tinker Different. I want you to share the project, because if you email me some instructions or a picture of something, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to sit in my inbox and collect dust. But if you go on Tinker Different, or you go on your social media place, or wherever you post this stuff, that's how you get this stuff out there, and that's how you share it. So that's something I want to encourage everybody to do. Don't worry if you don't have a YouTube page, you don't have a social media thing or anything like that. You can figure it out and just post it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Love it.
I do want to report to Steve, since he's the runner of the MARCHintosh website, that apparently MARCHintosh on HTTPS is not functioning right now.
No, you don't need that.
Nah.
Just
Overrated.
just go to it, Netscape Navigator.
Security is
and
not
you
important.
don't use HTTPS by default.
Yeah, you're using MARCHintosh wrong, Joe.
I'm just asking, how many credit cards are you transmitting to Steve in a given day?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, come on.
Hey, somebody's got to keep his house from falling in on all those computers.
I see a lock icon in the top left corner
Send
of my
the money.
browser. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
my browser's Netscape 408.
No, it's my site that does that. What, hit it with a hammer.net, Francois? Yeah. It's running on a freaking Mac from like 1994.
It works for me.
HTTPS?
It does
Ow.
work.
All right. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you want to load HTTPS sites on an old Mac, you just need a heat sink the size of the sun, and you just put that over the computer, and then give it a few years to process the security encryption for all that stuff, and then it'll serve up your page.
Cool. Crow's Nest BBS up and accessible over Global Talk? Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
that's
Awesome.
cool.
That's
Yep.
Cool.
Something I would also say is, if you are or someone who is like, oh, I'd like to get started, I don't know where to get started, especially on the software side. If you go out there to the MARCHintosh website and you go to the Global Talk section, there are all kinds of links out there for pre-rolled images that make it really, really simple to get that going. And if you don't have physical hardware, you can do it with emulators. There's guides, there's videos, everything is linked out there, so you can see how you can participate with all of that.
What wonderful timing, because our friend Soft Dorothy there is asking the exact question you just answered, Ron. That's great.
Yeah, and if you do run into trouble, feel free to post it. I think there's another thread on Tinker Different, or maybe it's the same one, where people were posting, how to get things started up. There's also a QEMU guide that was last year put in MARCHintosh, and there's a thread on Tinker Different. So if you do get stuck, don't worry. Some of this stuff, you just literally have to read the instructions from top to bottom. Do not skip steps, and you will get through it.
Yes.
I just used Steve's instructions, and they work great.
Yay!
I have a challenge for everybody going out to Global Talk for the first time this year. Find all of your fellow first-time Global Talkers by finding their zones and seeing their computer named Quadra 650, because that's what the default image is called. So you'll get to know who hasn't set up their computer completely.
Who hasn't reconfigured things?
Yeah.
But no, that would be really great too, just to do an updated 2026 video for people, just to show them how to click and do things in there. So that's a guide for Snow for getting on Global Talk would be pretty good too. I understand that it's having to use like some dial-up components and stuff, and I know that Eric has done a lot of work on that. So, but every year people learn a little bit more. Every year things get refined and a little bit easier for people to participate. The first year was kind of the Wild West. Year two, we learned a lot and maybe did a little bit better job especially on the communication side. Year three felt really solid. And so I'm hoping that year five is the year that we really open things up and more people get excited and decide that this is the year that it's like, yeah, this has been going on a couple of years, but I've not really done anything. That this is the year that people do stuff. And again, participation is super simple. It's as easy as you getting a piece of paper, sitting down with your kids, draw something with crayons and stick it on your fridge. Take a picture of it. That's it. It's about just spreading the joy of the hobby.
Now, Ron, I'm going to ask you a question, and it's totally not because maybe I didn't update the website, but if somebody wants to join in on Global Talk and they have not signed up yet, what do they do?
They just go to the Global Talk URL, and then they follow the link that takes you to like kind of a Google questionnaire, and you give a little bit of information out there. And at that point, we'll know everything that we need to get your information in the master list, basically. And then at that point, you configure your local machine and hop on.
Great. Yeah, you do have to be patient because Ron is the person that is receiving all of these over his 33 kilobyte modem, and it's just, you know, he has only so limited amounts of those AOL free trials. So you know, you gotta hold on.
I'm down to my last 400 floppies, Steve. But things have gotten a lot easier in terms of how that all works, and there's some automation that's in the sheet and everything now that will go through and, you know, like auto populate things, and then there are some folks that have written scripts that will go out, extract that information. So if you're an air config user, if you have not joined the cult of air config, you absolutely should. If you go out to whose zone is it? It's
starts with a P.
Oh,
kind of magic.
Oh,
I will find it now.
Caliboo.
Caliboo, yeah.
Caliboo. If you go out to Caliboo's Global Talk share, you really only have to put his entry in your server file, and at that point you can connect his share. You go to Blackbird, you go to all his Global Talk tools, download air config. There's a text file that's included with that has the URL, because you have to paste that into the application. But at that point, if your Mac is on the internet, it will go out and download the master file, merge it into your Apple Internet Router config file, and you stop and restart your router, and now you see everybody that has registered up until that point.
And look who's in the chat right now.
Yeah,
Carl Barron. He's the guy.
It is super cool. Thank you, Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
I spaced out for just a second.
I thought the letter began with a different letter, so you know you're better than off than I am.
But no, it's super great, and it's little things like this that have really helped the event grow, because it's lowered the bar of entry for a lot of people. Because previously, I think the first year for Global Talk, people were manually having to kind of like, there was a spreadsheet so that way that we could kind of watch and figure out what was going on, but it wasn't as friendly as this. So thank you again, Carl.
Yeah, I think Paul was the first one, right, to do the Global Talk sheet before. Yeah, so big props to figuring all that out. You know, we don't mention enough, but there's a lot of
artwork right there.
Oh yeah, it's great artwork too.
Plotter art.
That plotter stuff is amazing.
Gosh.
But some of that stuff is, you know, we take for granted now because we've made the process easier and stuff. But we wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for the people figuring out how to do it from the get-go. So our immense thanks to those fine folks. And I'm excited to see how many shares my chooser can list before it explodes. I already am getting a crash every time I quit the chooser, because I think there's just like so many names. It's just like, I can't, no.
Or Steve, you need to yank some RAM out of one of your other 100,000 Macs and put it in there.
It's in an emulator. I give it as much RAM as I want.
Yeah.
But it's still like, nope. But I hear, Ron, that you might have got a very special letter on your image writer from
I did.
a former person that used to be at the company.
He's still a person, but he is like, I mean, he didn't cease being a person. I just hold on. It's this is dated today. Oh no, wait, sorry. 1994. February 28th, 1994, from John Scully.
He remembered us.
I know. To Apple evangelists, bracket public end bracket. Happy #MARCHintosh. Dear Apple evangelists, during the past several weeks, it has come to my attention an extraordinary amount of information and sorry, my ribbon gave out. Rumor about Apple has been appearing in local newspapers, trade and business publications, and posted in online news groups. Although there is usually some truth in most everything that's printed about Apple, rumors both inside and outside of Apple are surfacing more frequently these days. I'd like to take a moment to clarify these rumors and set the record straight. Rumor. March is MARCHintosh, an online event where Apple enthusiasts and evangelists celebrate the best of Apple systems, including System 7 and new hardware powered by Newton technology. Fact, yes, this month-long celebration is happening this March. Please spread the word and enjoy. I hope this information helps clarify some of the issues that are being discussed in the media and on hot links today. I, as well as other members of the executive staff, will do our best to keep you informed to all the issues that are of interest to you and wish you a very happy MARCHintosh. Please find the attached rendering of yours truly to help inspire you in your efforts this month. John Scully, CEO and Chairman of the Board.
What?
He remembered us.
It's
Make Ron big. It won't
Sorry.
help much, but make him big.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sorry, I'm fighting the
Oh.
white balance. Yeah. There's the ghost of John Scully.
Still very much alive, but the
Yes,
ghost of
still very much alive, but
1994 John Scully.
Yes.
I'm so glad he remembered us.
I know.
Man,
It's really nice.
validation finally.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like I've made it.
Looks like we made it. Wait, hold on now.
Oh gosh.
So
No,
what
copyright strike.
computer would John Scully be connecting to Global Talk on?
Good question.
Don't be
Oh
mean.
my gosh.
Would it be like a Pepsi can shaped Macintosh Classic 2 or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's powered by Diet Pepsi. you know, actually it's funny. Diet Pepsi lasts longer than any other type of soda because no one will drink it.
Oh.
Well, hopefully, if you're, rumor has it that if you're on Global Talk on MARCHintosh Eve, John Scully might print to your printer. So get your printer set up.
Yes. Make it happen.
Yes.
Joe says go
Mhm.
because Steve said it.
Excellent.
I just updated hititwithahammer.net because somebody wanted a link to the original video.
Yay.
All right, let's all refresh at the same time and
Yep.
crash the quadra.
3, 2, 1.
Nice. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. You guys are. I love you all. You're all.
Well, Joe, we are coming up on an hour. Do we want to go
Yes.
ahead and
Let's go ahead and close
one last
things.
go round?
Yes. Yes, MARCHintosh is awesome. You are all awesome. I thank you all for stopping by tonight to listen how you can participate. Let's go through everybody and say who we all are again. Again, I'm Joe of Joe's Computer Museum. I'm one of the founding members of the MARCHintosh thing every March. Get out there, have fun, do the thing. And if you need bits and pieces to make your old Macs work, look me up on jcm-1.com, and I got lots of old stuff to keep your even older stuff working. Ron.
Hey, I'm Ron from Ron's Computer Videos. I want to thank everybody for their tireless efforts to make this event a success. Not just the people that you see here on the stream or even just the people in the chat, people everywhere that are doing their part to spread the love and the enjoyment of vintage Macintosh computing. Everybody all over the world, it's been so cool to see this event grow, and I just want to say thank you.
I am Javier from YouTube Hubmaster and 8bitstuff.com. And yes, please spread the MARCHintosh joy and tag it so we can see all the cool things that you're doing. And looking forward for these years.
Yeah. So I'm Steve from Mac84. You can find me on Mac84.net or on the YouTubes. Just search for Mac84. You'll probably come up with one of my videos. And I just want to encourage all of you to look through your boxes of discs or your attic or your basement Find weird stuff like old click art and archive it. If you don't know how, ask somebody. We'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Gutbomb had to jump, but go to Gutbomb's thingamajig. He has YouTubes as well. I'm sure there'll be a link somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ian,
Ian's
you're
talking.
muted.
Can't hear you because
Whoops,
of a
sorry.
technical problem.
Yeah, my name is Ian Scott, and you can see what I'm doing at ianscott.org. I have links to all my socials, Mastodon, Blue Sky, my Friendster page, you can see what I'm up to.
Yes, awesome. Again, thank you everybody for stopping by tonight. Remember, #MARCHintosh. Go out, have fun, tag your stuff, share your stuff, and let everybody know that the Macintosh is the best computer that ever existed. Have fun, be safe, and again, thank you all for stopping by tonight, and we will see you later this month as we go on. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Eep, woot, bing, bye. Click the button. Oh my gosh, come
Cling
on.
clang.